just started recording this. It's February, it's January the 3rd at 1:54 a.m. This tournament is about to go to break very soon. It's 220 pot limit Omaha, and a couple other tournaments I was just clicking, and started almost 2 hours ago, and 182 players, and 7 players left. Next break is after this hand. I was very short the entire final table. I remained very patient. As you can see with my stack, it's not really moving. I kept folding and folding because there is no ante. I just kept folding and not committing any chips. There was one hand I could have pushed, but I decided to fold. Anyway, these are about the last maybe... Well, I guess I'll replay the entire final table real quick. Maybe this was not even the final table. Yeah, it is. I guess it will have to be the final table. Oh, unless I'm not the one who moved the tables, so it could have been the older one. Let's see. Yeah, no, this was not the final table. Anyway, so the blinds were at 28,000 here, at 500, 1,000, and I had 28,000. This wasn't me. This hand I didn't play it. It looks like I bluffed here. I open limped, which is not usually a great play, but in Omaha it's acceptable, and I'm hoping this guy makes mistakes, and he ended up making mistakes, I believe, on the final table. And this guy checks, we check it to the river, and when the river hit, I felt like this guy would have bet it, or at least paused or something. He checked way too fast on this 3, and these 2 checked. And I believe this guy didn't have a flush, and I ruled these 2 out, and I actually gave it a little bet, pretty small, and I took the pot. Let me not make sure to not misclick here. Actually, I'll move that table for a sec. And so this was like around the last 2 tables. It's weird how it's... oh, that's because it was... I think it was still Zoom or something at the time, because this is a Zoom tournament, and maybe it's showing the original seats or something. When it's not showing any players, it's only showing the players that did play the hand. I'm not very good at making videos yet. That'll get better. Here, this was the final table, I believe. This guy raised. Yeah, this hand happened not too long ago. I would have had to be in it if I limped. I would have had to limp shove or something. Folded, and I was running low this guy was running well. May have limped here. No. Next hand. Just folded. Okay. Sometimes when you stay patient on the final table instead of putting your chips in, because it almost doesn't make a difference when you put your chips in, and since there's no ante, why bother rushing it in? And here I became very short. The blinds were at 2 and 4,000. Tournament just started. I'm folding queen, queen, 8-6 here. I'm hiding my cards just because I want to focus more. I don't want to know what my cards are before it starts. So in this hand, this guy won a very big pot, knocking 2 people out. He filled up on the river, it seems. I guess if you're watching this video, you can pause it that I'm rewinding it in fast speed because I'm trying not to make this video too long. Here I could have shoved here, I guess, with ace 8, 8-5. So if the 8 hits, I have a chance to have a flush or flush draw or runner draw with my ace high. Flush draw. It didn't, and then I got lucky here in the situation where the guy limped. He checked to me, obviously he's slow playing it, and I decided to shove. I didn't want to slow play it. There was enough chips in the pot, and I figured if he doesn't have absolutely anything, why give him a chance to and he's probably not gonna bluff. Why give him a chance to catch something crazy? So I shoved. He happened to have a flush as well, and then this guy pretty much dominated to me. I completed in the small blind, and I flopped a very good draw, and I bet it maximum actually. I'm in a hand here. Let's play it. I got limped on, and I have ace 9, 7, 10, all the same suit. I'm just gonna take it easy. I'll give it a little bet here. He checked too fast. I hope he doesn't have a big draw. I have to bet here, but there are big draws going on. I'm hoping he folds, and he did. I'm also in a couple other tournaments. This hand, I wasn't gonna even complete it. It's too small. So back to what was happening there. I got lucky here. Flopped a 2 pair, I think, and a straight draw. No, just pair and a wrap. And I max bet, and the guy called, and I made it on the turn. I was gonna shove anyway, and he called me with just jacks and a pair of fours. There's a big pot going on here now. We are hoping the bigger stack wins it. Oh, and this guy is sitting out. How long has he been sitting out for? Basically, it's free money. So yeah, I remained patient, and all of a sudden I had the stack, and that happens. I have this hand right now, and I don't want to play it. Why bother? These two are almost out. I try to make more money. I would have made trips, but that's fine. It's a very bad hand I had. have a decent hand here, but I don't. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna play patient, which is pretty tight. I can even push that, which is pretty tight, I must say, but it feels right to just let it go at this point. Hopefully we go at one point four-handed, or even at five-handed. I will have to start putting my stack in. So yeah, I think here the tournament went on break, and that hand I already showed it live. And maybe I will pause at some points and just so that the video is not too long. I don't want to have to I don't want to have to edit it later. Interesting. Okay, this guy's drawing dead. Good. Now we're five-handed. I also have a 5-card draw going on here. Let me see. And I'm out of this tournament. I have a set. I have 3 of a kind. I can imagine putting this on YouTube and someone saying, "No, moron, you didn't have 3 of a kind, you just had a pair of 5s. This guy is probably steaming right now, so I wouldn't bluff anyway. There, here we go, he bet the max. It seems like a weird bet. I'm not gonna even complete here. This guy has a lot of chips, but usually when they sit out for this long, usually something's wrong. They're not coming back. So I think we will have. I don't know if I want to commit now, but it's like I have no choice. And this guy's gonna most likely call me, but maybe he will maybe he'll fold. I just don't like my hand very much. They say 6-4. And I've been tight, so hopefully he'll give me credit. No, he didn't. Oh, he has a big draw. No, we hold. Great, great. Now I have a good stack. Now I have a winning. Now I have stacks that can win the tournament, and I'm pretty much, you know, all 4 of us are. I'm just gonna let it go. All 4 of us are equal stacks, and this guy is not coming back, basically. Or that's just my guess. I'm gonna pause as much as I can. Here we go. Now this guy, this is the first time he raises like that in the small blind. It's only a couple of hands after I won with that aces. I'm just gonna take my time and then fold. So a big pot just took place, and this guy took it 3-handed. I almost called. I have just an open-handed straight draw here. I'll fold. He's gonna be betting a lot. I mean, I'm getting 3-1, and I don't want to call it 3-1, and I have like 8 out, 16%. I'm just gonna let it go. The 10 wouldn't help me exactly. I'm just gonna play it safe, and he's most likely gonna raise. So yeah, this guy played the big pot right now. I had a calling hand on the button, but again, I wanted to play snug. I wanted to play to try to go heads up. I was the super short stack at the final table, obviously, and Rafa is out right now. Now we are basically 3-handed. This guy normally was coming out. I'm gonna fold one more time here, and soon I will have. So this guy raised and flopped it, and this guy flopped a very strong straight draw, and this guy had two pair. He shouldn't have put it in. It went in, and the pot was side pot was huge, and the main pot was small. That was a calling hand though for me, but again I'm playing snug. I'll just limp this one. Two pair. It's weird betting, but I'll just give it one bet and then let it go if he fights. I have gut shot straight draw here. If I check, there's a good chance he's gonna push it all in, and I'm probably gonna have to fold. I think I'll bet one more, and if he misses, I'll bet again. I think he missed. I think my two pair are good. I'm gonna have to call. I'll just check call. I'm pretty sure I have the best hand here. Yeah, good. He just checked back. I was gonna call the river, but there's no reason to bet there. He will only call me with worse two pair. Sure enough, he missed his flush draw. I'm not gonna give him. I'll just actually flat and call it if he pushes. Might have to call that. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. But it's not a horrible gamble. I'm ahead slightly. Yeah, I win. Good. It's pretty much heads up now. Let's see. Yeah, he's pretty much almost out. This guy should take it easy. I'm gonna pause for a bit. I definitely missed a bet here. I'm playing really safe, but I'm really glad with this result. Heads up, I was super short stack, and now we made some profit. And now, and I live in Canada, and the difference between Canadian and American dollar is pretty significant now. So, as I'm playing, I'm thinking in Canadian. At one point, the Canadian dollar one time was even higher, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, I missed a bet here. He raised. This guy was all in blind. Should be more focused on the tournament. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pause the video and then I'll just do the replay after. Yeah, that would be better. Yeah, I believe I missed a bet here. I don't know where I stopped where I paused the video. I think it was around here. I also have a 5-card draw going on, and I lost focus on it. These games require a lot of focus. This type of games, you don't want to be multi-tabling a lot when you are playing it. Wow, pair of deuces won. Oops, I'm glad I misclicked that. I could have erased what I wanted to show. Yeah, and I kind of lost track. I'm pretty sure I misplayed some hands. So here he raised here, and I could pretty much figure out how he's playing. And I bet 20,000 he called, and he checked the turn, and I really wanted to bet the river. I was gonna bet about 70,000 because the side pot was very big and the main pot was very small. We checked and we split it. I'm pretty sure he would have folded. Then small pot, I guess bet fold. No, he just limped. I check folded. I must have just limped and bet the flop. Yeah, I bet the flop 12,000, half the pot. He folded to me, and the spot I bet the turn. Let's see. I think I bet the turn. He raised. We checked the flop. I bet the turn, and we checked the river. But the turn very small, just hoping he didn't connect at all. We checked the river, and I wanted with a pair of tens. He had, a flush draw and a very small straight draw. Folded to him. Check folded the flop. I bluffed the river at the turn. And then I bluffed somewhat big with my 2 tens. It was very unlikely that he had queen 10. He folded. This one he raised, I believe. No, he didn't, and I just led the flop and he folded. He raised, folded. I set out by accident or timed out or something, and he folded. At one point I said in the chat, oops, damn it. Oh, come on, I'll try to find it. I didn't know that happens. Should be able to find it. Anyway, at one point I said in the chat, it was only like $22, I think, difference in the money. Yeah, and I said, it's New Year, it's good karma, make me a 50-50 deal. He said get to 250,000 chips and I will. We were kind of a little chatty. He was being sarcastic about something, and we kind of became temporary buddies. And yeah, and then I won a huge pot. Then I became the favorite. From there, it kind of was an easy win, relatively. I really want to find it. It just beat me with quads, and it really lost focus there. But I need to try to make comeback. I'm very short now. Pot limit. Maybe that's the one. I don't know. It looks like it's the only one because, yeah, it has to be. Oh wow, the entire thing. But let me see. I can go all the way down. I guess I'm gonna have to I'll just pick a random spot. Okay, so sorry, I'm playing a hand on the other table. Didn't make much. So I'll go for it real fast. I guess I limped. I wasn't raising. I didn't want him to push on me. He checked, I bet. Folded. This one I made the straight and I maxed it on the turn. I limped and made the straight. He folded. He started being passive at some point. I bet the turn here, just a random bet of 19,000 to 32,000. Here, that was a big hand, yeah. So I limped, and he min-raised, and I called, and I flopped. I feel like I should have bet more on the flop, but it worked out. He bet 16,000, and I raised 48. I could have flatted, but I'm hoping he has kings or aces and doesn't believe me and push. He checked, he bet and on the turn, he bet really big. That was a bluff. Bet pretty big. And I went all in. And he had flush draw and queen jack or 10 would give him a straight. No, the 10 will not give him a straight, just queen or jack or spade. 10 would have given me a full house. The jack, sorry, would have given him a full house. So he had quite a bit of outs. He liked the turn, and I made a flush on the river. Here I had the nuts with the king high flush draw. And in this hand, he raised, I called, I made 2 pair on the turn, and I bet it very small. He called. River was 4 cards straight, and we both checked, and he had just a pair of kings. Here I bet the turn, hoping he doesn't have a straight. He folded to me. I bluffed the flop. Well, had an ace, best hand, I guess. Here we got it in. And I was looking good on the flop. Made 2 pair, and we were sharing. No, made 2 pair. He was only gut shot and a flush draw. He was still only gut shot and a flush draw, or set. No, set would have given me a straight, and he made the flush. Here I bluffed the river. He raised, and if he was not betting on a board like that, he has something like 5, 6, 7, 8 or something like that. Or like maybe, I don't know. He obviously missed the flop. And the turn. And the river. We got it in here and we split. I made a good call. I think I should have shoved the flop. Pretty sure, yeah. Oh, he shoved the flop, sorry. He was first to act. He shoved and I called. So he should have just checked, I believe, the flop. I mean pre-flop. But he raised to the max. I guess I should have just put it in pre-flop. And he shoved. I felt like I had the odds to call, and I was slightly ahead. No, we were pretty much, except my jack, and well, yeah, I was very much ahead with my flush draw, and I hit the jack on the turn, and then we both hit the 10 on the river to make a straight. Here he folded. Alright, the nuts. And that was the last hand. I bet it max, and he put it in, and he had a pair of kings. I had a gut shot and a flush draw, and the runner straight draw. I had queen for the big straight, and 2-5 for the small straight inner and diamond for flush. So this is my first tournament win. I'm glad because I was very short on the final table, but I stayed patient and we win the first tournament. Thank you for watching.